now? To Canaan, and I wanna go back again. Been so long, I'm living to live. I've been to Canaan, and I won't rest until I go back again. Though I'm content with myself, sometimes I long to be somewhere else. I try to do what I can with our day-to-day demands. We all need a promised land, and it's been so long, I can't remember when. I've been to Canaan, and I wanna go back again. Been so long, I'm living to live. I've been to Canaan, and I won't rest until I go back. Been so long, I can't remember when. I've been to Canaan, and I wanna go back again. Been so long, I'm living to live. I've been to Canaan, and I won't rest until I go back again.
Shabbat Shalom. For those of you not familiar with synagogues or bat mitzvahs, if you just get those two words right, you will be terrific. So let's practice that again. Ready? Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Raise your hand if this is your first time in a synagogue service. Okay, welcome. We're really happy to have you, and we're going to make it easy on you guys today. We have a lot of people that can help. So if you saw, those of you here that if you saw someone that might need a little extra help, go give them support. I know we have a lot of kids. If you're from Amherst Middle School, where anyone here? Yeah, we got a couple there. Okay, so you're experienced. You've been here before. All right, we are going to be using the Kol Hanshama, and I really appreciate a lot of you are borrowing. This is one of my favorite prayer books that we're going to be using today, but we only have about 80 copies. So thank you for sharing, and maybe that will bring us closer together, which is great. The service today will be, a lot of it will be in Hebrew, and Ayla will be leading the majority of it. The Hebrew will always have the transliteration below. So if you turn to page 141, where we're going to start, you will see right below the Hebrew on the left side. And it does open the other direction, so don't get fooled if you're used to English books. Go the opposite direction. And right below, you'll see the words in the English letters that are the Hebrew, so you can follow along. We have Max here as a guide, and Cantor Frank, as well as Jill Hamilton's going to be up here as well during our service. And I think we're ready. Let's take a nice deep breath of Shabbat air. How blessed we are to be together, to have some nice weather, a little bit rainy, but really nice outside, and to be able to celebrate Ayla's bat mitzvah on this beautiful weekend. All right, so Ayla, I'm going to bring you over for Ma Tovu. This is our prayer of welcoming, page 141.
You
can use my book, sure. Oh, that's yours.
Yeah,
No, you're right. I opened up. I have my book.
Ma tovu,
How beautiful are your tents, O Jacob, your dwelling places, O Israel. We're going to put on a talit. A talit is the fringe garment, and we have available outside. The corners, the fringes, are meant to show us not to forget the fringes of our life. I'm going to bring up Kim and Lauren to present Ayla with her talit, and this will be the first time she says this. So, here, honey, come on out over here. So afterwards, she's also going to be reciting the Shekianu. The blessing is on 143. Bless you, God, King of the universe, who sanctifies us through your commandments and commands us to wear our fringe talit. And as this is her first time, we're going to join her in saying the Shekianu, a prayer for new things. Bless you, God, who brings us life, allows us to be present and arrive here in this moment. We continue with our morning blessings. These are reminders of all the things we've already done just to arrive here today. Page 153 through 161. Ayla will be reciting the beginning of the Hebrew and then the English, and it's customary to say Amen after each one.
Wait, I do. Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Halamim, who removes sleep from my eyes and slumber from my eyelids.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Halamim, who gives the bird of dawn discernment to tell day from night.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Halamim, who stretches forth the earth upon the waters.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Haolamim, who makes the blind to see.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Haolamim, who clothes the naked.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Haolamim, who makes the captive free.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Haolamim, who raises up the humble.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Haolamim, who makes firm a person's steps.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Haolamim, who acts for all my needs.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Haolamim, who girds Israel with strength.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Haolamim, who crowns Israel with splendor.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Haolamim, who made me in your image.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Haolamim, who made me free.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Haolamim, who made me of the people Israel.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Hey Haolamim, who gives strength to the weary.
Amen. Our blessing for the health of our bodies is on page 162. Please join with Ayla. In the English, sorry, yes.
Blessed are you, the architect our God, the sovereign of all worlds, who shaped the human being with wisdom, making for us all the openings and vessels of the body. It is revealed and known before your throne of glory that if one of these passageways be open when it should be closed, or blocked up when it should be free, one cannot stay alive or stand before you. Blessed are you, miraculous, the wondrous healer.
Amen. Our prayer for our souls on page 165.
Elochai neshama shenatata b'techorachi. Elochai neshama shenatata b'techorachi. Elochai neshama shenatata
The soul you have given to me is pure. We turn now to our prayer, page 247, our blessing of community. I'm going to invite everyone to rise. This prayer requires all of us collectively are part of the spiritual community. When you turn 13 in Jewish tradition, you become a sacred member of that community. So as we recite the Baruch Hu together, we are inviting Ayla to join us as part of this community. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. You may be seated in the middle of the prayer, the Yotzer prayer. Ayla will lead us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Yotzer or uvorei Hoseh Shalom uvorei et hakol.
Bless you, God, who is with us in times of light and darkness whenever we need. We turn now to page 276 and 77 for the Shema, our testament of faith.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Malchuto
Yeah, perfect.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בם בשבתך ביתך ופלחתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
We continue on page 285 in the middle.
למען תזכרו ועשיכם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
On page Adonai Elohechem Emet. On page 291, we turn to the Michamocha, which celebrates the crossing of the sea. And I'm going to turn it over to Max to lead us.
Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora, nora, nora tehilot, osefele. Shira chadasha, shibchu kulim, leshimcha sefat hayam, v'chad kulam odu, ve'imlechu ve'ameru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora, nora, nora tehilot, osefele.
I invite you to rise if you're so able at the bottom. Sor Yisrael, Kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, Ufteknu mecha, Yehuda ve'Yisrael, Go aleinu, Adonai Svaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael. We continue with the silent meditation Amida, starting on 295 and going to page 323. Take time for your own private prayers, and whenever you're ready, you may be seated. That's God calling. Page 323, Oseh Shalom, a prayer for peace.
Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Bimu, Bimu, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael.
It is so wonderful for us to sing together, isn't it? We're going to be turning now to the Torah service, which is on page 393. Oh, actually 387. Let's take a step back. Sorry, I'm going to get the page right. Page 383. Page 383. We're going to need some helpers during this moment. First of all, we're going to need our ark openers, Emily and Macy. I'm just going to invite you to stand over here. And just a little bit, we're going to be needing a group of people that are part of Ayla's family, as she is going to be receiving the Torah from generation to generation. And why don't we bring you up at this point? We're going to need Joel and Hyman Abramowitz, and Kim and Lauren, and Max, if you could join us. What's going to be happening is we're going to be celebrating taking the Torah out of the ark, and afterwards we're actually going to be passing the Torah down from generation to generation. After we do that and we sing the prayers together, Ayla is actually going to come out to the community and circumnavigate our congregation. She's going to make a figure 8 around it. And the important thing about this, as she comes around, she's only going to go to one side in the beginning and come to the other side in the middle. So don't feel left out as she comes around. It's traditional, as she does come around, to take either your hand or your prayer book or your prayer shawl, to touch it and to kiss it as a sign of respect, if you so choose. So we are, again, on page 383. Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai, v'ein k'maasecha, malchutecha malchut kol olamim, umemshaltecha b'kol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai os le'amo yitain, Adonai yevarek et amo b'shalom. Aharachamim heitiva b'rtzoncha et Zion. Tibnei chomot Yerushalayim, Tibnei chomot Yerushalayim, Ki b'cha levad batachnu, melech el ram v'nisa, Adon olami. On page 385, we're going to invite you to rise as we open our ark. So what you're going to want to do is pull out. Page 385. Vayihi bin Saharon, Vayomer Moshe, Kuma Adonai, V'yafutzu oivecha, V'yanusu misanecha, Mipanecha, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udevar Adonai miYerushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, B'Hikdushato. Page 393, we're now going to be taking the Torah. So what we're going to do, yeah, perfect. So you're going to make a line here. You're going to make it towards this direction. Oh, okay, and Ayla, stand. Why don't you stand right over here?
Okay.
The Torah that I'm holding right now has been passed down from generation to generation, Lador Bador, through Ayla's family, and she will receive this today. It has gone all the way from Mount Sinai, all through the generations, all through her family to her today. I'm going to be passing this down through the different family generations, and we'll sing Lador Bador. Lador Bador, Lador Bador, Lador Bador, Nagid God Lecha, Lador Bador, Lador Bador, Lador Bador, Nagid God Lecha, Yada da 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 da. Ayla is going to be singing for us responsibly on 393.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Gadol Adonai iti, u'merom Shemo yavda.
Lecha Adonai hagedula, v'hagevura, v'hatiferet, v'hanetzach, v'hahod, ki kol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, ki kol b'shamayim u'va'aretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha, v'amid na'aseh lechol erosh. Romemu, Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu, v'hishtachavu, v'hishtachavu, lehadam raglav kadoshu, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Torah, 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 Sivan lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Sivan lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Sivan lanu Torah, 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 Siva lanu Moshe, Morashat Kehilat Yaakov, Morashat Kehilat Yaakov, Morashat Kehilat Yaakov, Torah, Siva lanu Moshe. Hey, Torah, 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 Siva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Sivad lanu Moshe. And we need Barbara and Evelina up over here to help with the undressing of the Torah. Oh, yes, that would be good. And do we have Barbara and Evelina? No, they're not here. Oh, there you go. You want to take the hat off? And then just she's great. She's from Durham. So. Perfect. You may be seated. At this point, we are going to be reading from the Torah. Ayla has been preparing for months to do this, and she does a beautiful job reading. We are going to need some helpers. First of all, we're going to need Harvey Horowitz. Where are you, Harvey? Oh, okay. So he always sneaks over here. Harvey not only has served as Ayla's tutor, but today he will serve as the gabbai. The gabbai is the checker, the spotter, like in gymnastics. So in case she, it is a little like that, reading Torah. To read Torah, there is no vowels in this. There is no musical notations. And it's in a language that Ayla did not grow up learning. So she has to master all of that. And so it does take a spotter to help out. We are going to be having different people come up for the aliyot. Let's have Ayla come find her spot. And before we do that, actually, we have a present for you. Here you go. So we have a present from our religious school, our community religious school, that Joanne picked out for you. You want to hold it up? What do we have here?
Oh, a yad.
A yad, and look, it matches your talis pretty much. And actually, your dress color is almost too. Perfect. So we thank Joanne for that. That is a yad, as a pointer, because we don't touch the Torah directly, but actually she's going to be using that to help her be able to read from the Torah. So let's find a place here. Okay. And we're reading from Genesis. What page are we on?
Page 45 in the Hertz Chumash.
So not in your prayer books, but those of you not in the front row, sorry guys, there might be books in front of you that are called the Hertz commentaries, and if you want to follow along, and it was, what was the page?
45.
45, okay. That's like a president. All right. For the first aliyah, I'd like to, and we do have the blessings up here, both the traditional and the Reconstructionist versions. And I'd like to bring up now Max and Lauren. Yamdu, brother and aunt, Moshe, Bat Yocheved, Laila, Rivka, Bat Shoshana, Laliyah, Harishona. So come on over here.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Kirvanu Lavodato V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayomer Adonai el Avram lech lecha me'artecha umimolaticha umibeit avicha el haaretz asher etka Be'ez ha'lagoi gadol va'avach rechacha va'agadla shemecha va'yebracha va'avarcha mevarchecha umekalelecha aor v'nirufu v'cha kol mishpachot hadama.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam natan betokeinu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
For the second Aliyah, I'd like to bring up Ganilla and Dan Kester. Yamdu, close family friends, La Aliyah, Sheni, Gila, Vat Sarah, Abraham. Abraham, you're in the Torah portion. It's up to you. Do you want this one or that one? Okay, yeah, there you go.
Touch and kiss.
Baruch et Adonai hamborach. Baruch Adonai hamborach leolam vaed. Baruch Adonai hamborach leolam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Vayelech Avram, Ka'asher diber elav Adonai, Vayelech ito lot ve'Avram, Ben hamei shanim v'shivim shana betzato mecharan, Vayikach Avram, et Sarai ishto, vet lot ben achim, vet kol rachasham asher rachashu, v'et hanefesh asher asu, v'charan v'yitzu, lalechet arza kanan, v'yavor arza kanan, v'yavor Avram ba'aretz ad mikom shechem, ad elon more, v'hakanani az ba'aretz.
Touch and kiss.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam natan betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
For the third Aliyah, I'd like to call up Kim. Tamod, proud mama, Yocheved bat Shoshana, Laliyah, Shlishi. Thank you. I have to count.
Baruch et Adonai hamborach.
Baruch Adonai hamborach leolam vaed.
Baruch Adonai hamborach leolam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kervanu lavodato v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
I lost the place.
It's easy to do on the Torah.
Right there. By your rock.
It's not, it's, even when you're scrolling.
Adonai.
sometimes
Yeah. Amen. Vayira Adonai el Avram vayomer v'zar acha etein et haaretz asot vayiben sham mizbeach l'Adonai hanireh elav vayatake misha chachara mikedem lebetal vayet achalo betel miyam v'cha mikedem vayiben sham mizbeach l'Adonai Vayikra b'shem Adonai, Vayisa Avram haloch v'noso al ha'negba.
Touch and kiss.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata betocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Now we're ready for Ayla's Aliyah. To become a bat mitzvah means that you have the honor of coming up in front of the Torah. We do this in a very particular way, and I'm going to ask everyone to rise at this point if you are able. And Harvey is going to call out Ayla's Hebrew name, Ayla Chaya Bat Yochevet. And as he does, at the very end, we're going to hold up our fists like this, and we're going to say, you need your guttural, so go deep in your throat. Go do that first. Chizki. Oh, see it now, it stuffed up my throat. Okay, we're going to go like this. Chizki. One more time. Chizki. All right, on my signal.
Ta'amod, 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 ha'bachura bat mitzvah, elechaya bat yochevet, maftira.
Chizki. That meant strength. I forgot to tell you that part.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirvanu la'avodato v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayehi ra'av ba'aretz vayered Avram Mitzrayim lakor sham ki chaved harav ba'aretz. Vayehi ka'asher higriv lavo Mitzrayim vayomer el Sarai ishto hinena yadati ki isha yefat mare'at v'haya Kirivu otach hamitzrim v'amru ishto sot v'chargu oti v'otachikahu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata betocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yishaberak Avatenu Abraham Yitzchak Yaakov V'Imotenu Sarah Karachel B'Leah. May the Holy One have blessed your ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Bless Ayla and her whole mishpacha have risen today in honor of Shabbat, in honor of Torah, in honor of her bat mitzvah. May she have many, many opportunities to read with her Torah, to be with her community, and to celebrate together, both in the near and the far future. And we say, Amen. We're going to now bring up Emily, and let's see, and also, is it Barbara as the dresser? Evelyn, okay, sorry. Evelina, come on up. We're going to be lifting the Torah. We help out Emily with our finger here. We put out our finger as we're going to sing Bezot HaTorah. So just take it over the lift. Bezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael You may be seated.
We've done this before.
We're going to turn now to the Haftarah. Those are the section of the prophets that Ayla will be reading. We're also, again, going to be in the Hertz commentary. What page are we on?
60.
On page 60, if you'd like to follow along.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ritzav v'nirichem ha'ne'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Yisrael amo uv'nvi'ei hamed v'tzedek.
Amen.
Mama Toma Yaakov Udaber Israel Nishra Darki Me Adonai Umelohai Mishpati Ya'avo Halo Yadata Imlo Shamata Elohei Olam Adonai Borei Kitzot Haaretz Lo Yiach V'lo Yiga Ein Cheker Litevunato Noten Laek Koach Ola Einonim Otzmach Yarbe Vayafu Nearim Vayigau Uvacharim Kaasho Yikashelu V'Koye Adonai Yachalifu Choach Yalo Ever Kanisharim Yarutsu V'lo Yagu Yelchu V'lo Yafu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zor kol ha'amim tzaddik b'chol hadorot ha'el ha'neman ha'omer ve'oseh ha'medaber m'kayim shekol devarav emet v'tzedek al ha'torah ve'al avodah ve'al hamvim ve'al mil ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu l'kdusha v'linucha l'chavod u'tifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותה יתברך שמך בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. All right, Ayla, we get to bring you up over here to the front, okay? We have a tradition here of passing candy around, and we have candy passers Emily and Michael. This candy is not to eat. This is to toss so very lightly at Ayla. It's okay if it lands down there. We have a tradition when you start Torah study, you start learning the Hebrew alphabet, you put little honey on it, and that's to make it sweeter. And at the end of the process, when you have your bat mitzvah, you get showered with a beautiful candy, very sweet candy. So what we're going to do is everyone's going to have a chance to have some of this candy. Ayla is not allowed to run out of the room. She's not allowed to turn her back on us. And she's not allowed to throw any candy back at anyone. Okay, but she is allowed to duck, to dash, to move, to use her hands to make karate chops, whatever she chooses. And afterwards, we are going to need all the young people here to help collect the candy, and it'll be available after we're done. I don't know, I always get a little bit nervous when that candy starts crinkling there. Don't worry, they're going to go easy on you, except for your aunt there now. And she's very close here. Raise your hand if you still need some candy. Our candy passers are doing an excellent job here. And we are going to need the baskets back up here afterwards as well. All right, I think almost everyone has. Does anyone need any more? Are we good? All right, Emily, why don't I take that back up over here? We need some for the front row here, too. No, give it to Melania. Okay, here.
Oh, there we go.
That's supposed to happen. All right, ready. On my cue, you can stand up or from your seats, however you're right. Ready? Simin tavu, mazel tavu, mazel tavu, simin tavu, simin tavu, mazel tavu, mazel tavu, simin tavu, mazel tavu, simin tavu. Yehelanu, 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 udechol Yisrael. We need our singers. Yehelanu, yehelanu. All you young people, come on. Udechol Yisrael, come on. We need you. Come on. Yehelanu. Or Ayla's gonna have to help, please. So come on. Yehelanu, yehelanu, udechol. Simin tavu, mazel tavu, mazel tavu, simin tavu, simin tavu, mazel tavu, mazel tavu, simin tavu, simin tavu, mazel tavu, mazel tavu, simin tavu. Yehelanu, 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 udechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, yehelanu, Udechol Yisrael. Look at that. We're Max. Now you've already been leading the service with your guitar, and now you actually went all out here. That one's for you. Okay, thank you. We'll have these after services for you. I'd like to invite up Ayla's dad, Sufrali, to read for us a prayer to Ayla on page 414. Oh, it's a surprise prayer. We have a different one. All right. So,
Ayla, come here.
Ayla, you get
Stand right there. We changed this a little bit because we wanted to include something that also is the other part of Ayla's family. I'm a Unitarian Universalist minister. We use lots of different sources, and one of our favorites is Mary Oliver. And this seems like an appropriate poem as well as prayer to say to Ayla this morning. So Ayla, this is for you. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaw back and forth instead of down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she shifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I've been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Words of Mary Oliver.
Now we're going to need our ark openers again. Emily and Macy, if you could come on up. We are going to be putting the Torah away on page 441, singing It's a Tree of Life. Oh, please rise.
It is a tree of life to those that hold fast to it, and all its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those that hold fast to it, and all its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, shalom. It is a tree of life.
going to hear some words of wisdom from Ayla. She could do this. Let's give her some more encouragement here. Nice and slow.
When I was really small, my brother would annoy me, come into my space, and make me listen to his guitar. Some of my first words were "go away." My Torah portion seems perfectly suited to me, as it begins with God telling Abram to go. He did, and the rest is history. Abram was to be a blessing in the lands he would go. He did this by spreading Judaism in the places he went. Nowadays, it seems especially important for each of us to try to be a blessing in the world. During my lifetime, I've seen things get worse instead of better, and it doesn't seem like anything will change. Global warming is quite literally a blanket of death in the sky. Countries go to war and don't seem like they can be stopped. For anyone who doesn't know, on October 7th, Hamas attacked Israel, and with that, the uneasy peace that's been going on for 50 years has been broken. Hostilities in Israel have been going on ever since before Israel officially became a country, but it hasn't always been as bad as this. When Abraham passed through foreign regions like Canaan, even when there were disputes over water and land, he managed to find peaceful solutions. Now the descendants of his son Ishmael and Isaac are killing each other. On both sides, there are corrupt religious extremists causing the deaths of thousands of innocent people. In the Torah, the natural world, and especially water, has been a subtle but driving force in our lives. My Bat Mitzvah project was originally to raise money for the Jewish National Fund's Arbor Day Foundation, and I decided not to change my focus. People continue to create humanitarian crises, just as the Torah forbids us from cutting down free trees during times of war. How we treat the earth and our shared natural resources will determine how the world our next generation will inherit. Abram led our people and their flocks, which was difficult due to the fickle nature of water and the drought in the Fertile Crescent. Following God's commandments, Abram traveled over mountains, deserts, steppes, and marshlands. It's important to note that this wasn't some tiny walk like from Amherst to Williamsville. It's difficult to know exactly how far, but it ranges somewhere from 500 to 1,000 miles, and that's just from Haran to Canaan. Abram's full journey in this Torah portion includes going to Ur, then Egypt, then finally Israel. The Torah doesn't say how long this journey would have taken, but it must have taken many years. In modern day, few people would take a walk that long on foot in their lifetimes. Though it doesn't compare much to the journey of Abram, walking in the woods is one of my favorite things, and I know what it's like to be lost in the woods. One time I couldn't remember where I come from, and I wasn't being careful. After walking lost for a long time, I finally recognized a landmark, these cement structures I affectionately named the creepy murder shacks. They helped me find my way. Where Avram was, there were no creepy murder shacks and probably no maps. He only had the guidance of God and the constant search for natural resources of the earth. This may be why there are only a few specific locations mentioned in the Torah, as travelers probably wouldn't know where they were half the time. Abram would have been out there for a couple of years, basically aimless in the wilderness, not knowing where he was. Would you have been able to go? How far would you have gone if you were Abram? How far would you go? Thank you so much for Harvey Horowitz for teaching me how to chant Torah and Haftorah. Thank you for being patient, dedicating your time for me, and being my teacher. Rabbi Alex, Joanne Marsk, and Cantor Frank are like the mortar that hold this whole temple together. It's more than planting events, sharing music, and teaching about Judaism. It's about being there for the people, for us, making everyone feel welcomed. It's about really caring. Thank you very much for being here with me today. Max has always loved music and was playing a guitar before he could even walk, and evidently he still plays it today. He's given and done a lot for music for music and music theater, and I'm so lucky to have him as a brother and, more importantly, an accompanist. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Though my aunt, Tanta Lauren, lives in New York City, it never feels like she's more than an arm's length away. She has supported me and my family in everywhere. Thank you for being close to us and for being up with me today. Though my dad isn't Jewish, he's still here today, and her family as well. Like my mom, she's been with me all my life, of course, and somehow survived. She's been supportive, and I'm so lucky to have her as a dad. Thank you for being with me. Thank you, Gunila and Daniel Kester, for loving me like a granddaughter. Thank you for always thinking about me, encouraging me, and helping me to feel ready and stand proud today, and for helping me to be my best self. Thank you for always supporting my family and being here for us all. I've always been like my mom, or she's always been like me. I couldn't have done anything without her, and especially my bat mitzvah. She's always reminding me to practice my parsha. She's been planning the luncheon, luckily for you, and the speech, and to make it longer, unluckily for you, and quite literally everything else in between. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for being there with me yesterday, and thank you for being there for me tomorrow.
I'm going to bring Kim up. They're not off so easy yet. We have some things. Kim has, I think, some words and a song, right?
A little bit.
A little bit, okay.
You can stack here, Ayla. Come on
Yeah,
up.
Ayla, you're not allowed to go. It's like the candy throw.
You're a hard act to follow.
Oh.
So it's interesting.
Go.
Interesting that you say that we're like each other. I always feel like I never know what you're going to say sometimes. You think so differently from me, and it's wonderful. And it came in really handy on one of these walks in the woods where I insisted we go one way, and we did, and we walked 7 miles more than we had intended to do. And I promised you that day that I'm going to follow you. And Lauren found another form of Ayla's name is the feminized, some form of like God, and it's in one of the Baruch prayers. And there's a song that goes along with it, and the part of it, Ayla Chaya, it says, "You who live and exist in all things, always guide us on our journey." And it's really beautiful, and it has one of the settings to one of Ayla's favorite songs, Shady Grove. So it goes like this. Ayla Chaya v'kayemet, tanitim locha leinu leolam va'ed. Ayla Chaya v'kayemet, tanitim locha leinu leolam va'ed. Two more. Ayla Chaya v'kayemet, tanitim locha leinu leolam va'ed. Last one. Ayla Chaya v'kayemet, tanitim locha leinu leolam va'ed. I'm very proud of you, Ayla.
We have Jill Hamilton, in front of the family and representing our board of directors and women's and men's clubs. So come on over here.
Lots of
You have to
representations.
come closer.
You have to come.
You can't run away.
So do you think this morning went fast or slow?
Sort of both in some ways, but mostly fast.
Yeah, okay, fair. I didn't get a chance to really tell you beforehand, but I always tell kids that it's gonna go super fast and it's gonna be done and you're gonna be like, where'd it go? I wanna do it again. And they always look at me like I'm crazy, and then they always tell me afterwards that I was right. I really liked what you had to say today, and you did a wonderful
Thank
job.
you.
Mazel tov. I actually feel sort of a connection to your Torah portion because it was the first of our Torah I ever wrote. Was Abraham crazy? Because he hears this voice that tells him, get up and leave your home and everything you know and just follow it off into the desert and go to this strange place. but it works out well, so it wasn't so crazy. So today we have a gift from the women of Shir Shalom and the men's group for you. And it is a Kiddush cup that hopefully you will use for many years into the future. I've been to bar and bat mitzvahs at other synagogues where they tell the kids, if it wears out, bring it back, we'll get you another one. If you use it so much that, but mazel tov to you and your family.
Thank you.
And this was wonderful today.
We can use it, we'll switch it up. A Kiddush cup is something that's used on happy
On Shabbat.
occasions on Shabbat. There's a lot of wrapping there. Oh, look at that.
I can see my reflection.
Here we go. Thank you. So Ayla, we've known each other a little while. I think you were just born when I met you. And to watch you grow in our community. Don't worry about that. We'll figure that out later. It has been really a pleasure to be able to see the young lady that you've become and the future adult that you have really given us a vision of. There's a couple of words from your Haftorah that are some of my favorite. We say them every morning in the Berachot HaShachar. And the words are Laya'ef Koach, which means to give strength to the weary. When we say this in the morning blessings, I always think of this as the coffee prayer. Because in the morning, we're feeling tired, and you'll see when you're an adult. You need a little pep, especially when you're a parent. So that's kind of like the wake-up prayer. I love how that's associated with your Torah portion, because the Torah portion's about Abraham kind of waking us up and going in this crazy direction, as Jill said. But what you've been able to do today and in your life, I think, is a way of waking us up. First of all, I know, following you around today and other times, you're very fast. As soon as I see you, you're gone. You have like a really, really fast. But you also have some really important things to say that wake us up in a different way. What you said in your Devar Torah, in your words about the Torah portion, woke me up. They touched deep into my heart. This is a very difficult time. And to have a young person stand up and say, it is a difficult time. We don't know where we're going to go. We don't know how far we're going to go. I feel like the questions that you asked there at the end are questions for you.
Thank you.
Where are you going to go? Where is this life going to take you? How far are you willing to go? I hope that today gives you the strength that you can go in the direction that you need. To not be afraid to get lost, but not to be afraid to raise your voice too. Your voice is an important voice. And I think as you get older, you are going to learn that we need your voice. Not just here at this service, but in the world. As you go forward, there's a lot of twists and turns. You thought this part was easy, turning 13, right? Well, it gets harder the next 13 years. So we say some special prayers because this is your support team. You are not alone. You're going to go through twists and turns like we all do as you figure out what you want to do with your life. Never lose hope, because you always have people around you. And anytime you have a happy occasion like today, even when you want to retreat over there, invite us in, tell us about it, because it helps us as well. And we'll help each other out because we believe in you and we know that you're going to do amazing things in this world. And I hope you know that you always have a home here within our community and with your family, of course, and our larger community. So may you have many, many blessings, as God said to Abraham, and we say, Amen. All right, we have something for you to sign here. I always say this is the nicest signature they ever do because it just goes downhill, at least with my case. So come on over here. And actually, I want you to read what it says just there.
I'm a Jew because 100 generations before me found purpose in their faith. I'm a Jew because Judaism treasures love and kindness. I'm a Jew because Judaism demands justice, compassion, and truth.
Do you think you can sign to that? Okay, so put that down there. And this is a reminder of the day. It has the Torah portion and your Hebrew name as well as the date here today. I told you it's her nicest signature. It's wonderful. We also have here a certificate to go to Israel in Nifty. That's a, no, don't sign the last one here. This one's good. That's just a certificate for $250 for a trip to Israel. You also can go on Birthright, which as soon as you turn 18, and you and Max actually there are joint trips where you can go together. I'm gonna invite Ayla down over here. Go in front of the, no, go keep that. You're not completely done, but go down there. And go near your family. And I want the family to come out and put your hands around Ayla. We're gonna offer the priestly blessing. Okay. Why doesn't everyone rise for this? And if you want, you can hold your Spock hands out.
Related to Ayla, come on up. Everybody.
And if she lets you put her hands on her, then you can. Harvey, you want to come? You want to do the Hebrew part? Use that microphone down there. We'll team up. I heard a term for this. This is called cocooning. We cocoon with love. Well, Max is going to be needed in a second. Oh, you do have some family members.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha ken yehi ratzon.
May God bless you and watch over you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha Vichuneka ken yehi ratzon.
Ayla, may God shine God's light upon you and grant you comfort.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom ken yehi ratzon.
May God lift God's face to you and grant you and all of us peace. And we say, Amen. All right, we need our ark openers up here one last time as we remain standing for Aleinu, which is on page 445. My friend Jill Hamilton will be leading us in the Reconstructionist version. Those of you used to the traditional version, just be careful.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atei gidula leoser breshit, shenatan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Next page. V'anachnu korim u'mishabachim u'modim lifnei melech Malchei HaMalchim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu Noteh Shamayim Ve'Oser Haaretz U'Moshe V'Karo B'Shamayim Ima'ah U'Shvinatu Zo Ve'Goveh Meromim B'Torato, V'yadatayon, Ashifota Elevavecha. Ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, B'shamayim ima'al, V'al ha'aretz mitachah einod. Page 449. Kakatuv b'Toratecha, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lamelech al kol ha'aretz, bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
You may be seated. We turn to the Mourner's Kaddish, page 451. And we are remembering Susan Goldhirsch and Dolores Frawley from Ayla's family. If there's other names that you'd like to offer of people that passed, please just raise your hand. All those whose custom it is to rise will recite together. Again, page 451, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal, v'yikadash, shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirite, v'yamlik malchute, v'chayechon, v'yamechon, v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agalav, v'zman kari, v'yimru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach, le'olam ulmeo maya. Yitbarak, v'yishtabak, v'yitfa'ar, v'yitramam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudasha, b'rechu, le'lam, yikol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata, damiran, v'yalma, v'yimaru, amen. Yehei shlam rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael, v'yimaru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, Huya says shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol Yishvei Tevel v'imru amen. May the God who grants peace grant peace for us and for the world, and we say, amen. You may be seated. Zikronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Mazel tov to Ayla and to her whole family. Everyone is invited into our social hall after services, where we will have a wonderful festive meal, care of Karen Goodman. And we'll also be able to celebrate with Ayla. We are going to conclude our service with Adon Olam, right? Page 443. That doesn't seem right. Hold on, let's see. 453 maybe, hold on. 459. 459. And I'm going to bring Ayla. You're almost there. This is their final thing you have to do. 459.
Wait, I have to do it alone? Oh, God. Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'ein nasa b'chefzo kol azai melech shemo nikra azai melech shemo nikra v'yacharei kidlot hakol
Kiddush with your new cup. Just pray,
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Chaim, to life. And Hamotzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. As you came in peace, please leave in peace. Please return your Sidurim, your prayer books to the front of the sanctuary, minus the leaflet, and Shabbat Shalom.